Hello out there to all of my fellow gold diggers. This is your girl Rita, also known as the self-proclaimed gold digger. Welcome to my channel where I discuss my life as a wife, mom, entrepreneur, and business owner, all while trying to crush and achieve my goals. My current goal and my current focus is becoming debt-free and to become financially independent. But today's video topic that we are going to be discussing is 5 things that are keeping you broke. Yes, that's right. 5 things that are keeping you broke. Now, before I get into it, I do need to give a quick little shout out to all of you who have subscribed to my channel, to all of you who have been watching. Thank you so much, because I have reached 100 subscribers. Yes, your girl reached her goal. So I put out a call to you guys to go ahead and subscribe to my channel so I could reach 100 subscribers, because I was really close and we did it. Okay, so thank you so much. We are on to the next goal of 200 subscribers, because you know I would not be called the gold digger if I didn't have some kind of goal. So if you are watching, if you have been absorbing some of my content, if you've been checking me out and you still have not subscribed, go ahead and do so. Click that little button at the bottom of the video and you will easily be subscribed to my channel so you won't miss out on any new content. Also, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, y'all know I have my notes because I tend to get off topic sometimes, or I get passionate about stuff, but I'm gonna try and stick to the script. So 5 things that are keeping you broke. When I was coming up with this, I could also have titled this 5 things that are keeping you from being wealthy, or 5 things that are keeping you enslaved to debt, and 5 things that are keeping you broke was a happy medium. Because one was at one extreme, the other one's at another extreme. So 5 things that are keeping you broke. Why am I talking about this? Because there are things in our lives, there are things that we associate with that we might believe are assets, but they are probably keeping us broke. So if you feel like these are, and some of these things you may still view as an asset after I do this video, but it's all dependent on how you see it, as how you structure it, how you're using it, so to speak. So hopefully, if you are using things in a way that is keeping you broke, hopefully this will help you to change some of those things. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it. The first thing that is keeping you broke is your car. That's right, your car. Now, you might be saying to me, girl, I need my car. My car is what takes me to work. It takes me from point A to point B, that kind of thing. And yes, that is very well the case. Your car is very well needed. You need it to get you places. You need it to be able to go to your place of employment. If you are in a certain area where you can't easily walk to and fro to work, or have mass transportation, that kind of thing. So yes, you would need a car. But my question to you is, do you need that car? Like the car that you have, did you get it because it was a status symbol? Is it flashy? Is it because you deserved it? Because a lot of us will get stuff because we're like, well, I deserve it. So maybe you got it because you said you deserve it, but do you also deserve the payments that come along with it? So yes, most cars will take you from point A to point B, but make sure you are getting it and you're doing it or buying this certain car for the right reasons, not because you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, not because you're trying to look good, not because you're trying to impress people, that kind of thing. Because you'll hear about celebrities who rent cars, rent jets, that kind of stuff to make it appear that they are wealthy. Or when you hear about somebody had this car and it got repossessed, what does that tell you? That they really could not afford it. Now, I'm going to tell you my story. So when I first graduated from optometry school, for those of you who don't know, I practice as an optometrist. But when I first graduated, I had a I won't say raggedy because my car was faithful, but it was a little hoopty. I had a raggedy car that I had ever since I was in college. And it was bad, y'all. It was bad. It was so bad, y'all. I remember one time, I ain't even gonna say one time. It has been times where not the air, but the car would start running hot, and we now interrupt this video for a special presentation. Hey y'all, hey. So you know how you're watching a YouTube video and all of a sudden an ad pops up? Well, that's kind of what this is. But since your girl is not monetized yet, we're going to act like it is so until God says so. So I'm going to be doing my own YouTube ads. And what I want to bring to you today is my Etsy shop. So please be sure to check it out. Also, make sure you use the coupon code in the description box below so that you can get a discount off of your next order. All right, thanks guys.
Check out my new Etsy shop.
All right, let's get back into the video. Needed to get to where I needed to get. It wasn't a good time to pull off, like I was on the interstate or whatever. And you know, when your car is running hot, the thing to do is to turn the heat on. So I turn the heat on. It is in the summertime, that kind of thing, because that's usually when your car runs hot, in the summertime when you're trying to blow the air or whatever. I'm stuck on the interstate and I got all my windows down and I got the heat on just so I can make it to the next exit so I can pull over and let the car cool off. So my car was raggedy, and guess where I was going? I was trying to get to a job interview actually. But anyway, so yes, my car was bad. It was bad, and I have other stories I could tell about that car, but it lasted me a long time. It was Black Beauty, so I still love me some Black Beauty. It got me from point A to point B. But I remember, I said all that to say, I remember when I first graduated, people were like, oh, it's time for you to get a Mercedes, it's time for you to get a BMW. And I'm like, for what? Just because I got some letters behind my name, I'm supposed to have this particular car, or I should be driving this particular car? No, I don't need that. And guess who was telling me this? Broke people. Like, broke people are trying to tell me what to do with my money. So I'm like, no, I just need a regular car that looks nice, that is reliable, but I don't need this status symbol. So make sure when you purchase your car, you're doing it for the right reasons and not because you're trying to keep up with some image or some other person, or you know, whatever it is that society has told you you need to do, because you can get saddled down with payments. And y'all know I recently purchased another car that I bought in cash. So check out my video for that, where I talk to you about how I purchased my car in cash. Okay, now the next thing that is keeping you broke is your house. Yes, I said your house. So yes, your house is an asset. Yes, I have a house and I love my house, but why did you even want a house? Why do you want a house? And what, same thing like I asked you with the car, why do you want that house? Make sure it's not because of some status symbol, or you're like, hey, I made it. Because I'll be honest with you, I love my house, but if I was equipped with some better knowledge, not saying I would have done things differently, and we didn't get like screwed over or anything like that, but I just would have been a little bit smarter about purchasing my house if I knew then what I know now. And those kinds of things I'm making sure I pass on to my kids so that they don't even have to go through some of the stuff that I went through. And it's not like anything bad happened, but there are so many good ways to buy a house, and we are shown just one, I won't say one good way, but one main way to purchase a house, that kind of thing. I call it, you know, it's like you're buying the American dream or whatever. You know, everyone tells you go to school, get a good job, get married, buy your house, that kind of thing. It's like the American dream starter kit. Now, knowing what I know now, I probably wouldn't have done it in the way that we did it. Like, there's just other ways. There's other opportunities. You could buy, I would have bought like a duplex or something like that. I would have house hacked, something like that. Like, especially when I was younger, that kind of thing too. It's just other ways to buy a house. All right. So just make sure a house, it is an asset, but make sure you are buying it for the right reasons and it's not just because of a status symbol. And make sure you don't put so much money into the house that you are house poor, because you can get this big house but you got to furnish that house. So think of all the expenses that come with it afterwards that you may not take into consideration. Like I know for me personally, I didn't know how long it would take to clean a house like this. Like this is a lot. Like it is a lot to clean the house, to keep it clean and that kind of stuff. And yeah, your girl can't afford a maid, or I don't have a maid or something like that. I do have kids that help, or they should be helping to keep it clean, but you know how that goes. So just make sure you are doing things for the right reasons and you are getting things that you need, and not trying to fulfill somebody else's dream or somebody else's want of what you should have. All right. Now, the next thing that is keeping you broke is, this is a controversial one, is a college education, okay, that you may or may not be using, or that degree that you may or may not have finished. Now, I did another video where I talked about a college degree does not equal a good paying job. So a college degree may be keeping you broke because of all the student loan debt that is typically associated with it. Now, I am not against college. I am not against learning or whatever. Notice I said a college education. I didn't say education. Like, you should always strive to be a lifelong learner. I feel like I'm always will be a lifelong learner. I have, I always, every day I'm learning something new pretty much or whatever. But the way we are fed, the mindset we are fed is that in order to get this education, we have to go to college, and things are evolving and things are changing so much that is not the only route for you to get an education. Now, I know when you're in high school and things like that, they put you on 2 different tracks, college prep, tech prep, that kind of thing. But I would encourage everyone to maximize everything they could get out of high school, so that you are well prepared when you actually enter the real world. Like if you're in the college prep track, take as many courses as you can. Take the AP courses, take the honors courses. They have these other classes. Even now you can even take some of the college credits or whatever. Take as much as you can so that you're not having to pay when you don't have to take these classes when you get to college. And same thing for those people who are on the tech prep course or whatever track. Take as many classes as you can. Learn that skill. Get that knowledge so that you can go into a professional. Technical jobs are very well needed. Skilled labor and those kinds of skills are very well needed, and they are good jobs. Like you can make good money from that. College is not the only way. It's not, and the way we have glorified it is why it has been taken advantage of how it has. So make sure you're being smart about the college education. If you can get it without having debt, that would be what's best. And even with that, knowing what I know now, if I would have known that back then, I would have done things a lot differently so that I would not be saddled down with so much student loan debt. And one of the things that really, really makes me upset about the college system, or really just hurts me, is because colleges, they are a for-profit organization. Like they are in the business to make money, and colleges now they offer high school classes. Like pretty much they offer high school classes. Like if you ever seen a college class, it's like math 100, English 100, science 100, that is a high school class. Basically, if you have to take something like that, it's saying you're not prepared for those college classes, but because we want your money, we'll get you prepared and we'll have you pay for something that you could have gotten for free in high school. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Be smart about your college choices and that kind of stuff. And I give more tips in that video where I talk about a college degree does not equal a good job. So check that out. And I'm also going to be coming out with another video talking about college, so people can make some smarter choices. All right, but y'all know I can talk a lot about that, but I am going to move on from that. Now, the fourth thing that keeps you broke is having a broke mindset. Yes, y'all. We have to shift our mindsets. We have to. The mind is such a powerful thing. And I know people have said that before and it's starting to sound cliche, but your mind is so very powerful. And if you are having a broke mindset, if you feel like, hey, I'm forever going to be in debt, hey, I'm never going to have money, hey, I'm never going to be rich, hey, I'm never going to be wealthy, like this is just the best that it's going to be for me, that is having a broke mindset. That is having a negative mindset. And you have to break that cycle. You have to start thinking positively if you want to see a shift, if you want to see a change in your life so that you can walk into wealth. You have to start saying, hey, I will be wealthy. I will have assets. I will own property, all that kind of stuff. You have to start thinking that and believing that, because everything that is here on this earth came from a thought. Like everything that's happened to you is from a thought. Like when you get up in the morning and say, hey, I'm gonna put on my black pants, you thought that and then you did that. Or hey, you think, hey, I'm about to go to this new restaurant for lunch. You think that before you do it. So everything comes about from a thought. The fact that they've created airplanes, the fact that they created cars, the fact that there's a computer, the fact that there's phones, Facebook, internet, all of that came from a thought. Somebody had to think it, and they thought it, and then they put it into action, and it came to be. So that's why you really have to guard your thoughts, because if you are surrounding yourself with negative thoughts as well as negative people, that's what you will start being, that's what you will start becoming, and that will be all that you're seeing. So stop having a broke mindset. Shift your mindset to a positive one. Okay. All right. Now, the final thing that is keeping you broke is fear. Fear is keeping a lot of us broke. We are scared to try new things. We are scared to leave this job. We are scared to try to go into a new position. We are scared to try to start our own business. We are scared to go back to school. We are scared of all different kinds of things, and that fear is what is holding you hostage and is keeping you broke. Like even with me with this YouTube channel, yeah, I was scared. I didn't know what to expect. I was like, and here comes that negative mindset saying to me, nobody's going to want to hear what you have to say. And I had to counter that. I had to say, no, I still want to do this. There will be people who will be willing to listen to me and go forth and go out and do it. And that's what I did. I went out and I did it. Now, there were some starts and stops, I'll be honest, but I went out and did it. Now, when I did it, yeah, it was crickets, y'all. Crickets. That's why I'm so thankful for my 100 subscribers now or whatever. It was crickets. And here comes that negative mindset again saying, see, I told you nobody will listen to you. But you can't dwell in that. You can't stay there. You still have to go out in spite of the fear and do what you need to do. All kinds of stuff. Fear of asking for help, fear of trying something new, just fear of doing all kinds of stuff, fear that somebody is going to tell you no. We have to get over that fear. Stop letting fear keep us from our destiny. Stop letting fear keep us from our dreams, keeping us from the best life that we can have. Because that fear, what is it? They say is what? False evidence appearing real. Because that's truly what it is. And it all is up here. A lot of it is up here. And that's not to say I'm not talking about, actual stuff that you should be afraid of or whatever. But that mindset, that negative stuff that's all in your head, that self-doubt, that negative self-talk, that breeds fear, and you can't let it thrive. You can't let it continue if you want to live out your dreams and meet your goals. All right, so those are the 5 things that are keeping you broke. What of those do you feel like you need to work on? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, I know for me personally, pretty much all of them I need to work on, except for the probably like the car, because y'all know I bought my car in cash, but even that is a work in progress or whatever. So there are things that I'm constantly working on to make myself better. And like I said, it's a constant thing that you don't just master it, you have to keep crafting at it and keep working at it. All right, so that is all I have for now. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was beneficial to someone, so that we can all live a life of wealth and of joy. And wealth in so many different ways other than just money. Wealth in terms of mental wellness, mental health, joy, happiness, all that kind of stuff. All of that is what helps to make you wealthy. And I'm hoping that these tips will help to get you there. All right. This is your girl Rita, also known as the self-proclaimed gold digger. Take care, guys.